What's up, guys? We are here in Archeage and talking about Gilda Stars now. Everyone wanted Gilda Stars for the first couple weeks of the brand new Fresh Start server, mainly for housing design. But as you get higher up, the prices of Gilda Stars go up dramatically. A lot of people may not have known this or may still not know this. So, 50 Gilda Stars is actually insanely easy to get. You get that from just doing all of the green quests, the Gilda quests, the story quest, going up to taking you to about level 30 in game. That will take you about 2 hours to get. So generally, people sell the thatched farmhouse now, currently on the Fresh Start servers, for around like 40 or so gold. They're not too expensive. Right now, the lowest is 55, but it does hover dramatically. And the cool thing is, if you click down the graph in the bottom right-hand corner of the auction house, you can see the sales history. And you can see the highest and the lowest price of the thatched farmhouse or any item that day with the sales history. So checking that out will give you a good indication of, is it a good deal? Should you buy it? Yeah. But in the beginning of the server, these things were worth a lot more because people were land grabbing. So the first couple of days, the thatched farmhouse was worth about 100 gold. The prices always vary dramatically depending on supply and demand. That's the main component here of Gilda Star prices. Gilda Stars are always a different value to everybody. Some people value Gilda Stars a lot more. Some people, Gilda Stars value has no value. They don't like houses. They don't want any of those designs. And they're not interested in anything that Gilda Stars offer. But generally, Gilda Stars are worth a lot of money. The second design that people really wanted and still kind of do want is the manors. They are the 100 Gilda Star houses. And you can see here, we finally have a couple on the auction house here in the Fresh Start server. So this is 1 month into the auction house. And when you click on the graph, you can see the chart. This is very deceiving though, because this is only for the exact same design. There's about 9 different variations of the 100 Gilda Star house. There's also about 9 different variations of pretty much every house, as you go higher up in the Gilda Star pricing. The $150 houses, the 251s and 400. There's a lot of different variations. You have different looks and different styles to the houses. So here is a stone slate manor. They also do take slightly different materials to build up. Again, this is only just for this exact same design. Some of these sold for a lot more than this 350, 425, 300. Some of these I actually sold personally for 500/600 gold, and I also saw some sell on the auction house for up to 800 gold during, the first couple weeks of the server. So that's why a lot of people were shouting, if you remember, willing to buy Gilda Star 100 Gilda Star designs. They were buying them, as I was, very cheaply, and it's a very smart thing to do. So you're buying it for anywhere around 200, 250. I personally bought some as low as 180. That was a crazy story there. So I bought some around 200, 180 was the lowest, and like 250, and then selling them for 500 or so gold, doubling your money with little effort whatsoever. All you had to do was put it on the auction house. That still will work, but you're not going to be making as much money, and you have to try and buy these houses for like 100, 150 gold. Not many people will sell them that cheap, but you can get them that cheap. Shouting for things like that, you can get big discounts sometimes, especially if there's none on the auction house whatsoever, and players can't see a price gauge to understand. They can't, gauge the price based on the auction house. People also think that since 50 Gilda Stars is worth around 50 gold, that maybe 100 Gilda Stars is only worth 100 gold. So you take that knowledge that you have of it being worth a lot more and use it against these unknowledgeable players buying their Gilda Stars and then selling them for a higher price. Then there's also this other thing here. The 250 design Gilda Stars are very expensive. These things are highly in demand, and this is actually what you guys should be doing right now rather than dungeons. People are complaining that the Missile weapons are great and you should be going after them. Well, they are good. They're good weapons, no question about it. They're pretty easy to get, but Loot Song Junk design is selling for 1,800 gold right now. That's a 250 Gilda Star design. And you can see in the past week, it's sold right around that price. 1,700 has seemed to be like the average price. Before that, though, they were worth more. there was people shouting all day long like crazy, willing to buy 250 Gilda Star designs. I saw people paying up to 2,500 gold for these 250 Gilda Star designs. That day is probably long gone, since now we're seeing it on the auction house, and people are able to farm Gilda Stars faster because they're becoming more efficient. They're getting merchant ships. They're also working together with guildies. They're getting stronger, so they're having little to no fear about going out in the ocean and actually turning trade packs in. There's also a different one though. So the Fish Finder is another 250 Gilda Star design, and there happens to be one on the auction house as well, which is great because it allows us to check the sales history. If you don't see any on the auction house, you can't check the sales history unless you actually own the design. So again, people not seeing an auction house price, they don't know what the value is, and you'll see people asking all the time, hey, how much is 250 Gilda Stars worth? How much is this worth? How much is this worth? And the people that tell you what it's worth are generally the buyers, so they're going to lowball the hell out of you and be like, oh yeah, 250 Gilda Star, that's only worth 1,000 gold, bro. You sell one? You got one? I want to buy it. Like, you don't ever want to trust a buyer to tell you how much an item is worth. If you have it, it's worth a lot more than what the buyers are going to lowball you with. You always lowball as a buyer, and faction chat, trade chat, they always lowball. So that's the thing, is if you see it in the faction chat, someone's willing to buy a design or anything for, say, 1,000 gold. That means that item is worth a little bit more than 1,000 gold generally. So you can offer that guy, maybe that the guy wants a weapon for 1,000 gold. You offer him, hey, I got it for 1,300. You want it? You take it or leave it. And then you can negotiate from there. And you can either meet in the middle, or you can just say no and put it on the auction house. Auction house is great, but you do have to pay a 5% fee, so keep that in mind when you do sell things on the auction house. Also, if it doesn't sell, you do lose that listing fee. But going back to the 250 Gilda Star designs, you can see the Fish Finder is actually worth a lot more than the Loot Song Junk. It's worth around 2,000 gold, and currently the cheapest one on the auction house, the only one on the auction house, is 2,900 gold. Meaning, if you do farm Gilda Stars, you want to sell the Fish Find and sell that probably for around 2,000 gold. You could also shout, trade chat channel, things like that, and you'll probably get near 2,000 gold for that, which is great because if you list it on the auction house, you're going to lose a 5% fee, which is right around 100 gold, depending on how much you sell it for. Then there's also the 400 Gilda Star design, which is the merchant ship. The merchant ship, currently here on the auction house, if there is still one, let's see here, is 5,000 gold, but they have it a bid at 1,600. And you can see the current real value is right around 3,100. So this wow, 4,500. So you see, this is a 400 Gilda Star design, and it was generally worth a little bit more than 10 gold per Gilda Star. So that's why you should have been doing these things, guys, because as time goes on, the value will decrease significantly in Gilda Star prices. Currently, getting 10 Gilda Stars, 10 gold for Gilda Star is amazing. That's an awesome turn-in. You can get upward to like 5 or 6 Gilda Stars from a Friedrich run if you turn in the right packs. And then you can also take them a little bit safer to the other safe zones, kind of in the east/west continent. So, yeah, Gilda Star runs, guys, they are worth a lot of money, especially when the Gilda Stars are worth 10 gold each. But here, 2 hours left, there's going to be a bidding war at the end because, again, no one wants to buy it for 5,000, but 1,600 is a steal, and if you buy it for 1,600, you can sell it probably for 3,500. Really, really good profit right there. I will talk to you guys later. Good luck. Don't undervalue your Gilda Stars, but be careful though. Gilda Stars are dramatically decreasing in value as more people get merchant ships and do trade runs for Gilda Stars, and they realize how valuable these things are. Oh, one last thing too is if Gilda Stars, if you're just got a small amount, you can actually go to your Archeage workbench and you can break them down into Gilda Dust. So this is a great thing for, like, say, free-to-play players that don't want to do packs and just want to rush Gilda Stars in the beginning. One Gilda Star will make 4 Gilda Dust. Gilda Dust can sell for quite a bit because it's used in several different crafts. Currently, it's at around 40 silver each. So, meaning you should sell Gilda Dust rather than selling the Gilda Stars. 50 Gilda Stars is worth around 50 gold here for the thatched farmhouse, but if you were to break it all down into Gilda Dust, you'll be getting around 60 to 65 gold for that same 50 Gilda Stars. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys later.